Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So my name is Amanda if you guys are new here, and I'm a 24-year-old cash budgeter from Texas. Today's video is going to be a budget with me for week number 3 for the month of June. We will be stuffing this money on Thursday. This is just how we kind of break it down for the week. We do have quite a few of completed savings challenges to stuff this week, and I'm actually very excited to see how much this ended up being. So not only that, you guys, we do actually have a bunch of Happy Mail to also open up today. So if you guys are new to my Budget With Me's, these are a more like chatty type video. We kind of just hang out together and enjoy the Tuesday. It's supposed to be morning. I don't know if it's going to be morning when this goes up. So let me quickly move this all out of the way, and then we're going to start with the Happy Mail because one of them is a very exciting giveaway that I will likely be hosting starting Thursday. So the first thing we're going to open is right on top from Victoria over at Toria's Budgets. So she did recently open her Ko-fi memberships, which if you guys are new to like my Budget With Me and you're not sure, like you've never heard of Ko-fi before, this is a website where a lot of creators host membership programs or they post freebie savings challenges over there. Usually it's all digital downloads, but some people do sell like physical items where you can get memberships, some of which will provide physical Happy Mail every single month. So it's like a subscription. So I'm very excited to get into this. I will say that Victoria and I've noticed from the beginning, one of the things that we have in common is that we both love like ocean, marine life, like sea animals. And that's very apparent in like the freebies that she gives out. And I can already tell, like I'm so excited. So right on top we have this cute little Goofy sticker, and if you know me, Goofy is one of my favorite characters. Then we have special delivery, thank you for being a member. This month's scratcher is a save 50 with the highest number being 8. All right. So we have some non-laminated challenges here. So we have 2 tinies, both of which have some fish. This one has some seashells as well. Then we have 3 mini challenges. So this one you can allocate each icon, this one as well, and then this one has 2 different types of jellyfish, so there's blanks for both of them. Honestly, I may use like this one as a roll and save or something. Then lastly, this is the scratch off challenge. So again, it is save 50, and then she said that the highest number on here is going to be number 8. I cannot wait. If you guys did not watch my last Freebie Friday, I will be starting an entire like ocean themed binder in the month of July. So that is going to be the new way that I save for our future home, and these are literally all perfect for that. So next we have some pen pal mail from Sassy Peanut Budgets, and unfortunately it looks like this envelope did get wet. I did open it to check on the items inside, and only like 1 or 2 of them you can tell like went through a rainstorm, but honestly it's like whatever. So I decided to be an individual pen pal with Sassy Peanut Budgets, and her stuff is so cute, you guys. Like after getting this package I was like, dang, I like did not send enough. But I feel that way with all my pen pals this month. I was so like, I feel like my package was underwhelming. So from her we got this lovely Hello Kitty Save $60. It's a Christmas challenge. Honestly, this is going to be perfect after I'm done with the roll and save from Lily Budgets. So we do have quite a few of like Hello Kitty / Sanrio themed things. So then we have these 3. So we have a National Pet Day where each of these icons is going to be worth $5 for a total of $120. We have a Happy Birthday challenge where you can set the amount on each, and a Lazy Day challenge that'll save us $60. She does have an Etsy shop, so as always I will link all of the creators that I'm getting Happy Mail from in the description if you guys are curious about that. So then next we do have some placeholders. So this one is one of the placeholders that lets you write the exact amount that you have in the bank. So this is perfect if you do like some spending and don't want to pull out the difference. Then we have a $250 placeholder as well. Both of those are laminated. So the last non-limited challenge we have is this funny little Scooby-Doo one. It'll save us 48 with each space being worth 4. And then we have these beautiful challenges. So these 2 look like they're both Christmas themed. We have All I Want for Christmas Is to Be Rich. And then we have this Home Alone challenge. This is so cute. I love this. I love these a lot. Oh my goodness. Okay, then lastly from Sassy Peanut Budgets, we have a Save 100. So each flower is going to be worth $10. And then we have an Angel Numbers challenge. That is so beautiful. I love that. And then she gives you like a total space little saved icon. What am I saying? I was like on the right track with what I was trying to say when I said a total saved space, and then I just like went off the rail. So thank you so much for all of these wonderful challenges. So the next package we have is from Upscale Currency, and you guys, I am so excited about this. This will provide us some envelopes to swap out my variable expenses. So Upscale Currency, she was posting a like essentially looking for creators to be able to send stuff to, and I was referred to that post, so I went ahead and reached out to her, and luckily she did decide to choose me and select me, like, to send some stuff over. So I am very excited to get, oh my goodness, look at how beautiful this is. Okay, so she did ask me to pick out whatever items I liked out of like a few different categories that she sent over. So I believe we got envelopes, some bookmark dividers, and I don't know what else. So the first thing here is a decorative bow clip, and it looks like it's in the color red. Let me quickly open this up. This is so cute. I love that there's 2 bows on it, and it like dangles. Like, isn't that literally like the cutest thing ever? Oh my goodness. So right on top we have this lovely little card. So it comes with a paper clip on here, and it has her logo and then where you can go ahead and find her. So it's upscale currency on Instagram, Snapchat, as well as Pinterest. That's awesome. Time to upscale your currency. That is such a cute little planner card. Oh my gosh, I got a coupon code. Yay, okay. So the first thing here that I see is this beautifully laminated dashboard. You can tell that it's like in 5mm because it's extremely thick. I love that so much. I don't know if you can tell. Let me put it on the white background. It has like the flowers and the butterflies. This is so cute. So next we have a savings challenge that has this beautiful butterfly. So this says fire $250 with each little circle being worth 10. These are all so like thick and sturdy. I'm actually like obsessed with that. A 1K savings challenge. Okay, 1K savings vision board. Wait, that is so cute. If you wanted to, you could like put, let's say you made an insert like on Canva or something. You can print it, cut it, and put it on the inside because since it is vellum, you would slightly be able to see it. Or you could even decorate the actual envelope. Stop. Wait, I want to try this so bad. I'm doing a $1,000 savings challenge for Disney, but this one is so cute to like just have separately, especially for like an emergency fund or something. That is awesome. Okay, so then these are the bookmark dividers that I picked out. So unlike the ones on my Etsy shop, these I believe actually stick out of the binder. So I have variable, pet care, challenges, and debt. I am so excited about these. So we are totally, well, I might just do it off camera, but this is my green binder. That's the one that's going to be swapped out, like with the variable pet care. And then these are my variable expense categories. I did ask for the butterfly pattern in this like neutral brown because I thought it would go so perfect with the green. So miscellaneous is going to be what is currently called spending, just because, I mean, we don't really use it for that anyway. It's just kind of money that whenever it lands in that envelope, we just don't touch it. So we have miscellaneous, gas buffer, date night, and toiletries. Aren't these literally so pretty? Like, I'm just obsessed with these. Okay, so these are the order they'll be in. Date night, gas buffer, toiletries, and miscellaneous with the cutest little variable expenses tab. So lastly, you guys, we have some mail from none other than Savings with Grace. So after I got the cash tray sent to me as a gift, I knew that I needed to buy one to give away because they're just so amazing and they're such like the perfect slant. Like between the one that I had and then the classic like acrylic stand-up like vertical tray, Grace's are just literally perfect. So I don't know why I moved the box out of frame, but when you open it, we are met with this lovely tissue paper. It's going to be a little bit of a tight fit. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so let's get into this tissue paper. Grace is so nice. When I had posted, first of all, that I got the cash tray, she was saying that she was going to send me a matching dice tower. I'm just so excited because we talked about a lot of things. For example, like Jordan, he said that he was going to steal my cash tray, like the one that I bought to give away. So she was like, well, I could just send him one too. So I just like, I'm so grateful and I cannot wait to see what is in here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this note first. And I already see 2 sets of the little feet, which tells me there's 2 trays in here. So we have Let's Connect Savings with Grace. We have this beautiful little like stamp sticker. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is so cute. Then we also got 2 metallic paper clips. Wait, I love this one. Look at that. That is so cute. And then we got like the little teardrop one. So again, she is Savings with Grace over on YouTube and Instagram. And we have these cute little freebies. So she said, Amanda, thank you. Look at this. Here comes the sun. The little savings challenge again. And then a $100 placeholder. These are all so cute. Like, I love all these freebies. All right, so let's get into this first little bag. I'm going to move this box over real quick. I am so excited to see this. Like, oh my gosh, I don't even know what to expect. Okay, so we have 2 little pieces in here. So let's unwrap this one first. Oh my gosh, look, she sent the one that has the bow on it. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Look, and it matches my cash tray. Okay, so this is the base of the dice tower. That is the cutest thing. Look at this. Oh my goodness. I'm obsessed with that. Look. That is so cute. Okay, so next we have the 2 cash trays. I am so excited. Look, here's a little sneak peek. I will say we will open Jordan's first, which is going to be this one right here. I suppose I should have let him unbox it, but no, it's okay. So right now he likes to just lay his money on the table for his videos, which is fine and all. But sometimes it gives me a little bit of like, can you please like organize that, you know? So we saw my blue cash tray and he was like, wait, that's actually really nice. And then I had shown, or I told him that I was going to buy one to give away. But when I had let Grace know that he was interested in keeping that one instead, she actually said that she would send one on the house for him, and I couldn't be more grateful. So we did choose this lovely green color because we think it'll go with his Winnie the Pooh mat. Look at that. Isn't that just so awesome? I'm obsessed with these. Okay, so again, this one is Jordan's. And then this is the one that I'm going to be giving away. So I don't want to open it entirely because I will just have to rewrap it, and I would just rather you guys be able to do it. But it is the same exact tray. However, it's in the color bone. So it's like a beige color. It's not, I don't know how it's appearing on camera. I think it's showing up pretty well. It's beige. I decided to get a more neutral tray. That way anybody who entered the giveaway, hopefully it like fits your setup if you're somebody who's wanting to film. So I like... Oh my goodness, they're just lovely, you guys. So again, if you are interested in this cash tray, definitely watch my Thursday cash stuffing. That is when I plan to announce that giveaway. So thank you, Grace, for being so wonderful. And now, you guys, we can finally get into the budget with me. Okay, you guys, so now that we can finally get into the budget with me, we are going to first start with our completed savings challenges. So the way I like to do this is we really just need the challenge themselves. So I'm going to stack all of the money together, organize that. We're going to give it a quick count. That way we can see exactly how much we were able to add to this stuffing. For Thursday's video, I set aside $150 out of my budget to do my spreads with, like for my sinking funds and all that. Of course, I do have savings challenges like these that eventually get completed and roll into my sinking funds. But aside from this money, we always have at least $150 to stuff. So I'm very excited to see how much that is able to increase with all of this money. So again, let me quickly organize this. We're going to give it a count, and then we'll go through the actual papers and sort this money into the categories that it was saved for. Okay, so again, before we go through all of these challenges to actually disperse the money, let's quickly give this a count. Do you guys have any like bets on what you think this is going to be? Again, this is all completed savings challenges, whether it was from Sunday or Monday and Friday. Friday, Sunday, or Monday. That is where this money comes from. So in completed savings challenges, we were able to add $20, $40, $60, $70, $80, $90, $100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 71, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 81, 2, 3, 4, 5, $185 in completed savings challenges to add into Thursday's video. So when I keep saying we need to refer to the savings challenges, on the back of each of these has a specific place where this money is going to go. So although it's getting added into Thursday's video, it is all already pre-allocated. All we need to do is write that in our actual planner. So now that I have these organized, we can go ahead and sort the money out. Actually, we don't even need the calculator. Well, we might, yeah. Okay, so the first one right here is from Doodle Dollar. This one, I didn't even write the total saved. So Doodle Dollar saved us $21, and this is going to be going into my holiday sinking fund, which is like its own thing. You're going to see later we have something called annual holidays. That will be in my annuals binder. So those are things like Father's Day, Mother's Day, or mine and Jordan's birthday, or even anniversary, honestly. Those are all considered annual holidays to Jordan and I. So $21 will be going into holidays. We're going to write that here. And this one is good to go. The next two, or sorry, just the next one is going to be going into my birthday and Jordan's birthday. This is a total of $8, so we're going to evenly divide it between our two envelopes. So we will be doing $4 into Jordan's birthday and $4 into my birthday. So there is the $8 allocated. So next we have annual holidays. This one saved us $16. So we have anniversary, Father's Day, Mother's Day, all as annual holidays. However, since this is $16, what we'll do is $3 into Mother's Day, $3 into Father's Day, which is the 6, and then the remaining 10 will go into anniversary. So that is how we're going to do that. So the next few we actually have going into Christmas. So the first one is $15 and that is allocated just to Christmas. The next one is $16, also allocated just to Christmas. And then this one was a total of $41 saved. So this one is going half to Christmas and half to car maintenance. The way that's going to work is it was $41. I did pull that last dollar just so we can evenly divide it. So we're going to have 20 into Christmas and 20 into car maintenance. So to the 31, we're going to add $20. So we will be stuffing 51 into Christmas this week, which is going to be right here. With that being said, we are not going to do a space on Lily's challenge just because it is already getting a lot of money. So the other 20 from this completed challenge goes into car maintenance, which is going to be right here. So the last two challenges are going into our traditional 100 envelope challenge. So we're going to be doing this part a little bit backwards, and let me tell you why. So every week, once we have budgeted out the $150, I add an additional $40 from a separate bank account. So we usually like to budget my full-time income and, my Etsy income and Jordan's full-time income for our $150. Like that is where we get all those numbers from. I did a full start to finish walkthrough of this. So my business envelopes get stuffed from my separate bank account, which is where my YouTube and my Ko-fi income goes into. So we again set aside $40 for this. So for my 100 envelope challenge, I'm going to add up what I have in completed challenges and cash that's sitting on the side for this specifically. We're going to round it off to a number that we can do on our space and pull whatever that difference is out of the 40, if that makes sense. Let's quickly just figure out what it is we have. So we saved 24 with this savings challenge for our 100 envelopes. And then in my June challenges, we were able to get $45, which is $69 saved between these two to go into my 100 envelopes. However, whenever I do my 100 envelope challenge, like my business envelopes, I fund it from that separate bank account. So we were doing some spending out of that separate account, and that spending totaled $25. So instead of depositing this back into the bank, I'm just holding on to it. That way we can add $25 to the money to put into this. We are now at $94 with adding the $25. So I had this all planned out in my head. I don't know if it's going to work out correctly. So let's go ahead and see. We're going to go to my 100 envelope challenge. I'm sorry if this part is so confusing. But we're going to grab the first little card on here. So with the $94, we're going to do the second largest space on here, which is 84, right? So then we're left with 10. But to do the 21, we need $11 to make the 10 we have left 21. So that means we're taking $11 out of the 40. So we're going to be doing 84 plus 21. So we're putting $105 into my 100 envelope challenge. But again, in the cash that I already have, we have $94. We are missing $11. So the $40 that normally goes into business expenses, we're taking $11 from that. So we have $29 to budget with the rest of these envelopes. That way we can knock off 2 spaces on our section number 1, which again will save us $1,075. So that is how I plan to do it this week. Sorry, I know that was a little bit backwards because we don't ever start with the business expenses, but we're going to quickly do that so I don't lose track of this. So let's quickly go into my business binder and see what we need to do in here. I do think we need some more cash in giveaways because I did already send out the last 2 prizes that I had, and I'm left with $5. Honestly, I probably should have taken that out, but it's whatever. So we're going to put $5 more into giveaways. So we are now at 24. So for Happy Mail, I do need some stamps. I have $10 in here. We're going to go ahead and add... Okay, well, for memberships, I know we're going to need $10. So let's just do that already. So we're left with 14. P.O. Box, that is due this month. So we'll just give this $4. It's already fully funded. I deposited the amount that I need to renew. But just so we can get a head start on the next 6 months. So the last $10 I'm going to put into Happy Mail, which again, I do like to use for stamps. So that's going to be it for my business expenses. Now we can put the $150 on the calculator. Since we're already in the purple binder, I'm just going to flip to school. This is for Jordan. He is going to be going back in the fall. And I did add mini challenges to categories that I want to prioritize. That way it keeps me coming back to them. We can do the next 2 icons. Should we go this way or should we go down? Either way, we're going to do the next 2 icons, which is going to be a total of 4, whether it's here or here. And we're going to add $4 into this one. So that is this envelope finish. So minus 4, and we're at $146. So the next thing we're going to quickly do before we do anything else is going to be my wallet. So gas always gets $15. Then Fun is going to be getting $10. And then lastly, Jordan, he's going to be getting $20. So this week, actually, I didn't even mention it at all. So this week was actually a really, really good Etsy week. So thank you guys so much for that. Because it was a good Etsy week, taxes are going to be higher. And this week, we're going to be stuffing $280 in our taxes sinking fund. So regardless, although I technically get 25 and Jordan just gets 20, we do have a lot more room in our buffer this week. I think for like the past 2 pay cycles, we've had like no money in our buffer, which is actually why there's not going to be any Hollow Wednesday tomorrow. I just didn't have enough money in the budget to do it. So now that we're done with our wallet, is that all of it? Let me see. 150, we did 4 into school, 15 gas, 10, and then 20. Yeah, we're at 101. We're going to quickly jump into my pets because if you guys missed last week, after I do my wallet, I want to go straight into my animals because, again, just like Jordan and I, they need things consistently the way him and I do. So I want to make sure that we are really taking care of this section. Of course, if my animals ever need anything, we just buy it. But then at that point, it's like if I'm already just going to spend the cash, I should just be putting it in the envelope so it's already allocated there. So cats, we're going to start with them. We will just give them $5. That's really all they have right now. So $5 in there. Then for emergency, we're actually doing a mini challenge by the Humble Budgeter. So we're going to go in order for this one, and we'll do the next 2 spaces, which will be $5 total. So we do actually have 4 animals, you guys. We have 3 cats and then 1 dog. So next is going to be pet food. Last week we put in 10. I'm using this little mini challenge from KathyBudgets. So this week we will just do 10 again. As much as like this number is going down, like before we even get to our savings challenges, this is just realistic, right? Like my animals just need this money regardless. So I need to really just get used to that. Miscellaneous, we're going to skip. And then preventions. So I did actually finish Wanda's savings challenge from Shade's Budgets. It was a custom pet challenge that looks like this to save us $50. But I did finish that. So let me actually see if I have a mini challenge that I can add in for this. Okay, so I'm going to add in this one. It's random. It's not like dog themed or whatever. I have one dog themed challenge, but it only saves us 25. So what we're going to do is use this one, and each space is going to be worth $5. So let's currently count what she has in her preventative envelope. I plan to take her either today or tomorrow to get all her vaccines, her heartworm test, and then take her to the vet later for the preventative. So she currently has 100, 120, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, and $41. I'm going to go ahead and add $9 this week to go ahead and just even this out. No, we'll just do one. Whatever. It doesn't matter that much. It'll even out starting next week. So that'll be it for preventions. And then lastly, for her actual sinking fund, she already has $20, so she doesn't really need anything in there. The cats kind of need more in their sinking fund than she needs in hers. So we're just going to put 0 for her. So now we are at $72, and we can finally start our savings challenge. So last week in my cash stuffing, I forgot to do a space on my baby binder. So we're going to scratch one here together, and then we'll get back on track with it on Thursday. The reason I say that is because I do like to scratch these numbers together on Thursday, and then on Tuesdays, I will just take the rest of the sticker off when I write it down on my notes. That way I know that we've already done that space. So let's see what this is going to be. We got an 8, okay. So here is how this is going to work. We have $8 on the tracker, right, that we're going to stuff. But Krishna from Cash Stuffing Co., she is a beautiful soul, you guys. She sent me some cash to use for my baby binder. I think it's $14. I don't exactly remember. So what's going to happen is we're actually going to count this really quickly. And we're taking $8 out of the budget. But we're going to do $8 plus whatever this is into the baby binder, which is what I'm going to write on my sticky note so that all my totals are accurate. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and $14 from Krishna. Okay, so we're at 64, but we're going to do 14 plus 8. So that'll be a total of $22 going into the baby binder, 8 of which was out of our actual budget. So there is baby binder, good to go. Okay, so now we can move on to the next one, which is going to be Disney icons. So that is back into my pink binder. And let's see what we can do in here. We are on our last card for this one, and the highest number on here is going to be $16. Since our savings challenges for the week like really took care of a majority of this, I'm going to go ahead and just do the full 16 into Disney icons. Sorry, not the full 16, just the highest number on there. That way next week we just have to put 10 and then we're completely done with this one. So next we have my monthly challenge. So since we're nearing the end already on this whole like planner spread, because we've already taken care of all of the priorities, I'm actually going to bite the bullet here as well and do 25, which is the highest number for this month. So $25 going into my June monthly challenge. I'm going to go ahead and skip budget roundup. We don't really need to focus on her quite yet. And then debt, let's see, that is back here. And this is my Save with the Seasons challenge. We can go ahead and do, what do we want to do? Oh, we just have a 7 and a 5 left. What is that? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, $12. We can afford $12. So we're going to just do that and finish this card for the month of June. So what I like to do is every month in the season, we'll get 2 rows. So like these 2 are June, these 2 will be July, and these last 2 will be August. So $12 will finish off July, which means we don't need to focus on this again until, we'll finish off June. So we don't need to worry about this until July comes around. So the last thing that is left on this sticky note is my long-term challenge. We have $23 and the challenge that we are currently working on has $4 spaces across the board. So what I'm gonna do is we're just gonna finish off this first row, which will total $16. So we're gonna do 16. That way we are left with 16 again, but that gets us through the first row on here. It feels like Christmas with all this money. So I didn't put anything into travel or Disney trip actually. So the last 16 is gonna go into Disney trip. We will figure out how to color that off later. So minus 16, or was I reading that wrong? Okay, whatever. So $16 into Disney trip. So now I'm going to double check my math. So how that works is I'm going to add everything up except for taxes. Then I'm going to subtract our completed savings challenges. I'm going to subtract Krishna's money. And I'm also going to subtract the $40 from the separate bank. So after that, we should be left with the $150. Oh, we also need to subtract the $25 that we have in the cash because that is totaled into the 100 envelopes. So after I do all these like deductions, that should leave us with the $150 to pull out. Okay, so I have done this twice now. Both times I was over, the first time I was over $150 by $20, and the second time I'm over by $10 or $11. So I don't know where the mishap is. However, since it's like $10 to $20 over and the checks were good this week, I can afford that $20 difference. So I'm just gonna leave everything alone. So yeah, that is going to be all for today's video, you guys. Sorry that it was extremely long. Well, actually, I know a lot of you guys enjoy long videos. So if you are interested in that cash trade, definitely watch my video on Thursday. I love you guys all so, so much. Thank you for hanging out with me on this lovely Tuesday. And I will see you on Thursday for the cash stuffing, since again, there will not be a Hollow Wednesday tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, and I will see you later. Bye.